What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be making another beautiful charcuterie board that's perfect for summertime. I'm also going to be showing you how to create a salami rose, but first we have to go to the store, so let's go and see what we can find. I'm going to be starting off with cheeses, and the first cheese that I'm going to be going in with is a Merlot Asiago cheese. I'm using the wedge shape to my advantage, and I'm just slicing it into triangles. I decided to cut the point of the triangles off because I thought that it would look better layered that way. I lined up the triangles that still had the point with the ones that didn't, so that way I could make sure they were all the same size, so that way they would layer perfectly. Here I'm just playing around with different pieces, trying to figure out which ones layer on top of each other best. They layer better if they're the same thickness, so when you're slicing them into triangles, it's best to try to keep them the same thickness. I'm still using the same Merlot American cheese, but this time I'm going to be cutting it up into cubes. They don't have to be perfect, they don't have to be the same size. It gives it a little bit of character when they're a little bit different. The next cheese that I'm going in with is Parmesan cheese. I cut about a third of the cheese off, and then I cut it in half again, so that way I had two wedges that I could slice triangles out of, because I'm going to be creating a zipper with this cheese. To make a zipper, you just need to keep alternating the other direction with the triangles. You can see that I'm switching some in and out depending on the thicknesses of them. You just have to play around with it and see which ones look best together. I found that sliding the knife underneath the cheese helps to move it to the board without it falling apart. Right now I'm just moving the cheese around in a few different positions so that way I can see which one looks best. Now I'm going in with the Merlot American cheese cubes, and I'm just placing them directly on the board. I ended up moving the Parmesan cheese again, but I promise it's the final spot. I'm going to be making a salami rose. I only had one wine glass, guys, and it was a Christmas one. I'm going in with the Genoa salami and the sweet sopressata. So all you have to do to make a salami rose is just lay the salami over the wine glass and continue overlapping it until you can't fit any more salami. This is a super easy way to make a really pretty salami rose. When you place the salami rose down on the charcuterie board, just wiggle the wine glass back and forth until it comes out. Now I'm going in with the sweet capicola, and I'm just folding it in half and then in half again. I'm just going to be layering these on top of one another, and then I'm going to be placing them next to the cheese cubes on the charcuterie board. The sweet capicola pairs nicely with the Merlot American cheese, and it also looks super pretty next to it. Now I'm just going in with some Ritz crackers. Their super soft texture and their buttery flavor makes them perfect for any charcuterie board. These sea salt pita crackers have a crunchier texture, and they go really well with any of the cheeses or meats on this board as well. I picked through some of the crackers so that way I could find the flattest ones and the ones that were perfect triangles so they would layer perfectly. Next I'm going in with some fruit, and I just flipped this orange upside down and cut it in half, and then I put the flat side down and started slicing. When you're slicing the oranges, trying to slice them the same thickness helps later on when you're trying to layer them onto the charcuterie board. I layered some of the oranges on top of each other, and I put them in between the salami and the cheese, and I also fanned some of them out and stuck them right next to the American Merlot cheese cubes. Now I'm going in with some strawberries. I kept the tops on and I'm slicing them down whichever side is the longest lengthwise. I thought they looked super pretty next to the oranges, so I just layered them up and made a little strawberry river. Now I'm going around the board placing some green grapes in some different areas. I always love using green grapes on my charcuterie boards because they bring a really nice pop of color and they complement all the other colors super well. You just have to move it around a little bit to get the perfect placement, and I'm also placing some more on top just to make it look more full. I placed some blackberries right in between the crackers and the cheese, and the contrast in color looked super pretty. I placed a small ramekin in the center of the charcuterie board so that way later on I can put some raspberry jam in it. Now I'm going in with these Buttermilk Ranch rice crisps. They bring a super nice texture and flavor to the charcuterie board and they're super yummy. They're one of my favorites. I'm just layering them on top of one another. Now I'm going around the board with some blueberries, just filling in any small holes or gaps that I think need to be a little bit more full. I'm also using the rest of the strawberries to place around the board to fill in some gaps or holes because they look super pretty anywhere. Blueberries are perfect for filling any little tiny gaps or holes because they can fit anywhere. I'm adding some dried papaya to the board. It brings some sweetness and a super nice pop of color. I'm adding some chocolate dipped cookies to the board to bring a little bit more sweetness, and I'm just layering them right on top of one another. I saw another small gap that blueberries were perfect to fill. I decided to go in with some more of the rice crisps, but I'm trying to find pretty flat and round ones so that way they layer nicely on top of one another. I'm just starting to fill in the rest of the gaps and the holes, and blackberries looked like they would fit perfectly next to the rice crisps because of the contrast in color. I put a strawberry right next to the capicola and cubed cheese and it looked really pretty there. I decided that this charcuterie board could use some more oranges, so I sliced it the same exact way that I did the first time around. I fanned out the oranges and placed them on the edge of the board with a strawberry directly next to it to complement the color. I ended up adding some more cookies to the board because it didn't look like I had quite enough. And to fill in the last gap on the board, I ended up adding some green grapes. They looked really pretty next to the cheese and to the cookies. And for the last step, I added some raspberry jam to this board. It goes really well with any of the meats, cheeses, fruits, or crackers. Here's the final result of this charcuterie board. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love all the bright colors and all of the fruits that we incorporated make it perfect for summer. If you guys have any questions, tips, or tricks, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear some of your ideas. I had so much fun making this charcuterie board and I can't wait to make another one. Be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know what kind of charcuterie board you guys want to see me make next. Thanks so much for clicking on this charcuterie board video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and please subscribe.